Simmers, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I want to go over all of the packs and just let you guys know my opinion on them, because with the Christmas season coming up, I'm expecting a sim sale. Like usually around this time of year, the packs go on sale, and it is a great time to ask for presents. Maybe you've added one or two to your list that you might want to ask as a Christmas gift, and I just want to walk you through all of the packs, what I think of them, whether I think it's worth buying for gameplay, for building, for the two combined. So I'm gonna do a tier list, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion on the packs. Mind you, this is just my opinion. This might be completely different for you. I might not like one pack, and you might actually love it. So please take this with like with a grain of salt, I would say. As this is my opinion. So without further ado, let's actually dive into the video. I am using this tier list maker. I will link it down below in case you also want to make your own tier list. Feel free to share with me which ones you put in needed and which one you would absolutely delete. Feel free to let me know. I would love to hear your opinions on the packs as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna do them one by one. This includes all of the packs, including all the way up until the Pastel Pop Kit and the Everyday Clutter Kit. We are just gonna do all of them that came out so far by the end of 2022. Starting with the base game. And I find this a difficult one because you kind of need it. As in, if you want to play The Sims, you can't do it without the base game. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you have the base game, but since it's free, I'm gonna put it at needed. If we still had to pay for the base game, I think I would have put it in meh or liked it, but since it's free now, I think we can put it in needed. Then we have Snowy Escape, and I'm kind of torn on this pack because the gameplay is very nice. It's a good one-off. You'll enjoy doing all of the snowboarding, the mountain climbing. It's a beautiful world. But at the same time, I don't find myself going back to the gameplay that often. However, the build buy items in this pack are absolutely stunning and amazing. So I would simply, as a builder, buy this pack just for the build buy items. I'm gonna say that a ton in this video probably, that I would buy a pack specifically for the build items, but I'm a heavy builder. So if you're not into building, this pack is not necessarily the best that you could get gameplay wise. It is fantastic for building, so I'm just gonna put it at like it, I think. I don't think you need it just yet. Then Cottage Living. I think kind of the same as Snowy Escape. I love the build buy items. It's a completely different vibe than Snowy Escape. Like Snowy Escape is modern, minimalistic, Japanese, a lot of wood tones. Cottage Living is way more Old English, granny style, cottage style, lots of patterns. It's definitely not minimalistic. I do love it, but same again. I really love the build buy items. I love the world, although it's a little bit dark. I don't find myself playing in the world of Cottage Living that much because it's kind of a dark and grim world, kind of similar to England. So it is accurate. I have to give them that. I would say that the gameplay for that one, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I do like playing in the world with having a farm and having all the animals and stuff. I do feel like if that's not really your thing, then it's very limited. Like it's not like it adds more gameplay throughout your entire save. The gameplay is very limited to that world specifically. The pack does come with Agnes Crumplebottom, so that's a plus. So I'm just gonna put it at like it. If it's your vibe, if it's your style, then it's definitely an amazing and a great pack. If you're not really into family, cottagey, cute gameplay, this is not the one for you. Then we have Outdoor Retreat. And I think if you asked me a year ago, I would have said, yeah, nice pack. I like the build buy items, nice gameplay. But I've been playing this in my own pack legacy challenge, and I've been really enjoying the pack. I like the world, I like the quests, but also it's quite a challenging pack. Like it offers you a lot of gameplay with everything that you need to do, like the whole aspiration that comes with it. Takes quite some time, but at the same time, if you've done it once, you've kind of done it. I don't feel like there's much replayability in the pack. And the built buy items are not as good as Snowy Escape and Cottage Living. So I think I'm gonna put it at meh. That kind of hurts my heart because it's a good pack. Like honestly, it's a good pack, but it's just not fantastic yet. Then I have Spa Day, and that's I think the only pack that they've ever done a pack refresh for. I don't get why they don't do more. It would work so well if they do more. There's like a couple of packs that could really use an upgrade. With the upgrade, it did come a lot better, but still it's not really in the like it category, I would say. Like you can totally do without this one. So I think I'm just gonna put it in meh as well. Yeah, Dine is gonna go there. And not because I actually hate it. I love the concept of this pack. I think the items in the pack are great. It's just very broken. Literally, going out for dinner, terrible experience. Going out on a date, For dinner, terrible experience. Your Sims have to wait like hours for their food. It is very nice building a restaurant, but I still feel the items are quite limited. Like I find myself using CC a lot when I'm building a restaurant. So don't buy that one, especially if it's your first pack. Like if you are already owning a lot of the packs and you're like looking to extend your collection and this is one you don't have yet. Yeah, I'm also one of those suckers that has all of the packs. So then yeah, buy it. It's nice, but it's not in the deleted category yet because I think there's a lot of potential in the pack, but they do really need to upgrade it. If they do a pack refresh for Dine Out and they do it well, it could actually move up all the way to like it. But for now, definitely don't buy it. Vampires, I think I'm gonna place it in like it. I am not super invested into occult sims. It is not necessarily my favorite way to play the game. However, since I started streaming on Twitch, I have played quite a lot with occults. I've done it way more than I've done before. And I feel like Vampires is such a well-made pack. There is a lot of replayability there. There's a lot of options for storytelling. The built by items are great. The world that comes with it is great. If you're into occults, I would highly recommend buying Vampires as your first pack. I think it is amazing. I love it. So definitely recommend it. It's not a needed yet. We're probably gonna have just a few in the top. Speaking of, I mean, I was gonna say Parenthood is a need it. I think I'm gonna put Parenthood in like it as well. For one simple reason. I know that family gameplay is not for everyone. And if you're not into family gameplay or like thoroughly raising your children with disciplining them and like teaching them manners and all of those things, this pack, don't buy it. It's not for you. If you are into family gameplay, however, this pack, you're gonna love it. It comes with so many cute build by items. It comes with a lot of cute cast items as well. The small interactions in this pack of being able to discipline your kid or like encouraging them to do certain things like do their homework or, I don't know, set the table. It is amazing. I think it adds a lot of realism to your gameplay. And if you like family gameplay, this is definitely a must-have pack. But I'm gonna put it at like it still simply because I don't think everyone is into it. Then we have Jungle Adventure. I'm kind of torn between hate it and meh. I'm gonna put it at hate it. And that might be a bit controversial. I love the pack, and that's weird because I just put it in hate it, but it's just not very replayable. You play it once, you do the whole career. The world is beautiful, the items are nice, but at the same time, I could do without the items. Like if I didn't have Jungle Adventure, I don't think I would miss the items as much as I would other items in my game. I can easily go without the pack. I think there is one tile that I use a lot, but if I didn't have it, I would also be fine. The replayability of the gameplay is very limited. I feel like if you've done it once, there's not much enjoyment into doing it again. Maybe like a couple of years later, but then still, it just doesn't add anything to the game overall. They could have done more with the pack, I think. It's nice. Like, again, if you're collecting all the packs and you don't have this one yet, I would definitely get it over Dine Out. Let me say that. Because Dine Out's just broken. This isn't broken, it's just a limited pack. Then Strangerville. I think I'm gonna put that one in meh. I think it has the same thing as with Jungle Adventure. The replayability of this pack, very limited. However, I adore the world that it came with. I love Strangerville itself. I think it is a great world. I think the world itself helps a lot with storytelling. And I really like the military career that we got with it because I think it is a really cool career for your Sims to have, especially living in Strangerville. Build by items, also really good. Like as a builder, again, the windows from Strangerville, chef's kiss. So I'm gonna put it in meh, simply because it's overall a little bit better than Jungle Adventure. But again, don't get that as your first pack. It's definitely not worth investing if you only have 1 or 2 expansion packs, or even if you have none. Do not get Strangerville. Journey to Batuu. Look, I love Star Wars, but doing it in The Sims, it's just not it. Well, I feel like I have to move it though. I feel like I have to move it here. No, I can't. It has to go there. Like, someone gifted me this pack because I refused to buy it for the build buy items because they wanted to use one of the items in my shell challenge. Since I have it, I have used the build buy items. So I have to be honest about that. I am enjoying building with this pack. However, I don't think I would have missed it at all. Not one single bit. Not even like a teeny tiny bit if it wasn't in my game. I could easily do without, and just having the Star Wars in my game, it doesn't make sense. I don't like the world. I don't like the concept of how it's set up. I think they really tried something new with The Sims here and it just didn't work. I don't think any Simmer liked it. It takes away the whole kind of like free play aspect of The Sims where you get to do whatever you want. It wasn't really my thing. Then we have Get to Work, and I'm gonna put that in Like It, even though the pack is quite old, and you do notice this. When you play with Get to Work, you really notice that it's one of the older packs, especially in the build buy items and like the quality of the items that you get in CAS or in the build buy items. But the pack itself, especially the gameplay, is quite cool. I've done the scientist career twice now, and I liked both times. Like both times the gameplay was different and it gave me a lot of hooks for storytelling. And I haven't even done the detective one or the hospital one, but I think it is a really nice pack. I think the gameplay that it adds to your game, it gives you a lot of things to explore. Like you can easily play with this pack for like 6 months to 12 months without getting bored of it at all. And especially if you own other packs as well, this is just gonna add to that, and it's just gonna make your game feel more alive, feel bigger. It's nice to have interactive careers, especially if you start playing with one sim. If you're a beginning player of The Sims, this pack actually might feel challenging for you. So if you like that, if you like to challenge yourself in games, get this one. I really, really like it, but keep in mind, it is build buy items wise, like texture wise, it is definitely one of the older packs, and you do see that. So I also think that this would be a good pack to do a pack refresh for just the visuals. Like if they just update the animations, if they just update the lots and the items that come with the pack, this would be an amazing pack refresh. Even if they add like maybe one more career to it, I think so many people would get this pack then. Then we have Realm of Magic, and I'm gonna put it here. And the reason for that is because I feel like they could have done so much more with the pack. There was so much potential. Like they could have made it into a Vampires 2.0, but with spellcasters, and they just didn't. And I've noticed that quite a lot of the time it's a little bit broken for me as well. I have a lot of bugs with this pack. The build buy items are nice, but not as nice as I would have hoped them to be. CAS items are kind of cool, but also very specific to having quite an extravagant witch sim. If you don't have that, items are not the best. I think if you're enjoying playing with occults, it's definitely a good addition to your game. But I personally think they could have done more with it, and I'm gonna put it in hated simply because if I look at Outdoor Retreat, Spa Day, and Strangerville, I don't like it as much. But again, that's a very personal opinion. I can totally imagine if people feel like Strangerville and Realm of Magic are kind of on the same level. I'm struggling with splitting them, and I think the only reason I'm splitting them is because Strangerville, the world, and the build buy items are better. And as a builder, that is very important. Gameplay wise, they're definitely on the same level, I would say. Dream Home Decorator, I'm gonna put it all the way at needed. And that's a builder's decision. Like, this is a builder speaking. For the gameplay, don't get the pack. It's nice to have the interactive building career, but you can do without. It's a fun career if you enjoy building, but at the same time, I feel like then you can also just build. So for the gameplay, don't get it, but I love the items in this pack. I love the swatches, I use it in so many builds, so get it. I can highly recommend it. The modular furniture that comes with this, chef's kiss, it's so good. Luxury party stuff. I have opinions on that pack. I think it's one of the first packs I bought because when I started playing The Sims, there weren't that many packs out yet. And I just wanted to have all of them, and I was so disappointed. I didn't know at that time, like, mind you, I was a noob in The Sims. I didn't know at the time that you could check up front which items would be in the pack, so I kind of just bought one that sounded nice. Like, I read the description, I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. Like, luxurious party things, and then the pack was so empty. It's like most kits these days come with more items than this pack, and this pack is more expensive. It makes no sense, so please do not spend your money on it. They should get rid of it altogether or lower the price to be one of the kits, like at least. Do not pay for this as if it's a stuff pack. It's not worth it. Perfect patio stuff. I like it. I like the hot tubs. I like the kitchen that comes with it. I like the lights. I really, really enjoy this pack building wise. Gameplay wise, it's a stuff pack, so it doesn't add that much stuff. Well, apart from stuff, it doesn't add much gameplay, but it's a fun pack. And I mean, the hot tubs are kind of fun. It's a new woohoo spot. So if you enjoy adding those to your game, this is definitely recommended. Then the cool kitchen stuff, I'm gonna put it at meh. I bought it specifically for the lights because I'm a builder, so there was like nice hanging lights that I really wanted to have, so I bought the pack. I've never used the ice maker, to be honest. I could do without. But also it's not a bad pack. Like, it's a stuff pack. They upfront tell you what you're gonna get, and that's what you're gonna get. It's not disappointing. They're not over-promising. It's just a simple pack. If you want a more modern kitchen in your game, this is a good addition. I really like the, what is it called? like the cookbooks that come with it, or some like clutter for the kitchen. But nowadays we have way more clutter, like better packs that have better clutter. So you can decide for yourself if it's a style that you want to add to your game. Then we have spooky stuff, and I'm gonna put that at meh. I only recently got it. I like the items that come with it. It's kind of cute. Although, again, I feel like it's quite limited. I do have to say, if you're from a country that celebrates Halloween very extensively, this pack will allow you to also celebrate the holiday that way in The Sims. With like pumpkin carving, trick-or-treating, like all of those cute things. I grew up in the Netherlands. Halloween is not really that big of a thing here. Like it's not celebrated, but we just don't spend that much attention and time on it. So for me, this pack doesn't recall any nostalgia either. It's nice, but also you can do without if you're not really into Halloween or anything. Movie night is kind of the same story. I really like the ability for my Sims to watch movies. Well, actually, I'm gonna move that to like it. I'm gonna correct myself there. It's not like spooky stuff for me. I think movie night stuff or movie night hangout, I keep forgetting movie hangout stuff. I don't know what the pack is called. The one with the popcorn. I like that my Sims can watch movies. That's a fun family activity. And again, I'm quite into family gameplay, so I really like doing this. I think one of the cutest things is that your Sims can snuggle when they're watching a movie. The popcorn maker, like altogether, it's just nice. And I like the items that come with the pack as well, even though some of them are a little bit funky and I never use. Some of them are really cute and I do use them a lot. So it's a nice pack. I like it, but do not buy this as your first stuff pack. Like, it's definitely not the best one out there, but it's nice. That's kind of my verdict. Romantic garden stuff, I like it. I love to decorate my gardens. Like, I love to make lush, overgrown gardens. So definitely a must-have for a builder. If you're more into gameplay and you do not care about your gardens, don't buy it. It's literally just romantic style build items, which is very nice for weddings. But then you can also buy the wedding pack, which comes with more items. It is bugged, but it comes with more items. So again, kind of like gameplay versus builder here. As a builder, it's a very nice pack, but as for gameplay, it doesn't add anything. Then the kids room stuff pack, I'm gonna put it at like it again. I love my family gameplay. This pack adds a lot of nice items. I like the decoration. It doesn't add any gameplay. It's just build by. So if you want to spice up your kids' rooms, get it. But again, if you're looking to find more depth in the game, more things that challenge you, don't get this one. It doesn't add anything. The backyard stuff pack is, I would say, meh. I added it to my game, really hoping to like it more, but I don't like the slides. They're really big and chunky, and I don't think they fit in any of my builds. I bought it, never really played with it, doesn't add too much items or gameplay to your game. Again, I feel like quality or content-wise, it could have been a kit, but at the time we didn't have any kits, so they called it a stuff pack and they made it more expensive. I don't think it's worth your money, but also I don't hate it. Like, it's nice, it works, they don't overpromise, so again, it goes in meh. Then get together, I'm gonna put in like it as well, because I love the club system for this pack. Being able to put your Sims in clubs and kind of like give them a theme, and that way having your kids, for instance, meet more other kids living in the same world because they're on school together, or like you can get really creative with your storytelling on this one, and I really, really enjoy that. Apart from that, I think Windenburg is the biggest world that we have in The Sims. It comes with the most lots, and I really like the build style and the items that they add in this pack. It's definitely not a must-have. You can thoroughly enjoy the game without it, but it's a very, very nice pack. So I would definitely, I think I'm gonna move that up a bit. Definitely recommend that one if you are looking for expansion packs to buy. Then we have Vintage Glamour, and it comes with a butler, which is kind of a nice feature, but also you would only have that if you're really rich. So I'm gonna put it in meh, because I feel like the gameplay is a little bit limited, but also again, it's a pack, it isn't over promising. It's not promising more than it delivers. It's just that I apparently don't play gameplay that really involves a luxurious lifestyle with a butler and everything. It does add some nice features. So it's definitely, if you're already a little bit more ahead in your packs and you already own a couple, this would be a nice addition to your game. But again, definitely not the first one that I would get. And I think I would move it up. Like, it is better than the spooky stuff for sure, but I wouldn't miss it if it wasn't in my game. Same kind of goes for the bowling night. I like that your Sims can go bowling, although for me it's very bugged. I always, when I go with multiple Sims, like one ends up bowling and the rest just kind of stands there. The items are really funky, so you would only use them in a bowling alley. I enjoyed building bowling alleys. I think it was fun, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't hate it. Like, for sure, I don't hate it. It's a pack that I bought with the intention to have my Sims go bowling, and I liked it, and I think it was fun. and it adds a lot of other cool things that I used in one of my builds that was an arcade that really fit the vibe. Yeah, I don't hate it, but I definitely do not love it. So wouldn't be my first recommendation. The fitness stuff pack, I would say I like it simply because I like the fact that it brings more gym equipment that looks a little bit sleeker than the ones that we have in base game. I like to build myself a sleek gym or have my sim have like a garage that includes gym equipment. I like it. I like to have my sims work out because I don't do that myself in real life, so I need to live vicariously through my sims apparently. But I like the pack. It doesn't oversell. It promises gym equipment, and that's what you get. I like the cast items that come with it as well. They give you some nice tracksuits and trainers and stuff like that, so I definitely recommend it. But again, it's not a needed pack yet. Toddler Stuff will go in like it as well. I like this pack because I'm into family gameplay, and it adds, you know, cute stuff for your toddlers that they can interact with. Again, if you're not really into family gameplay, don't get it. It's not worth it. It is kind of the same with the kids' room stuff. It is just for decoration. There are a couple of items that they can actually interact with, but it's mostly decoration. There is one really pretty light string from this pack though that I use in a lot of my builds, but I wouldn't say that you need this pack to enjoy the game, but it's definitely one that I enjoy, so I would recommend you buy it. The same goes for Laundry Day, and I have a soft spot for Laundry Day because it was the first pack I ever had for The Sims. My best friend gifted it to me when I started playing the game. Even though Laundry Day is so incredibly bugged, like I would never actually recommend you add a washing machine to your game because it's so annoying, but it is so fun to decorate laundry rooms and to add it to your build. So if you're a builder, this is 10 out of 10. I really like the build items that come with it in general. I also really enjoy the cast items that come with this pack. I really like the laid back casual style of it. So I definitely recommend Laundry Day. Because it also adds some realism to your game. Then my first pet stuff. Let's just delete that one, shall we? I think it should have been included in cats and dogs, and I'm still mad that they didn't. Then Moschino, I think it's called. I can't remember that brand name. I mean, already the logo looks different. I don't like this pack. I really do not care for brand clothes, and I didn't even think they looked good. I don't like it. Don't spend your money on it. It's honestly not worth it. And yeah, it was just a mistake to work with Moschino, I think. I think it doesn't suit the style of Sims at all. Then we have tiny living, and that's going to be a needed for me because tiny living adds tiny houses, and tiny houses are seriously overpowered because especially if you play on the smallest tier, like your skill building will go faster, your relationship building will go faster, your bills are reduced. It is so perfect for if you want to do rags to riches or just do any challenge, and it is kind of realistic for your sim to start out in a tiny home that you then build out. Apart from that, the furniture build buy is amazing. The cast that comes with this pack is amazing. There's literally nothing in this pack that I don't like. There are barely any bugs, or at least none that I've experienced. It comes with a really fun new death, which is the Murphy bed death, which I think is just fun to add from time to time. Really like this pack. I would highly recommend that you buy it. Then the Nifty Knitting is going to go in like it. I think it's amazing to have some activity for elders. I really like the whole crafting idea for elders. I think it's cute. I like the rocking chairs that come with it. They could have done more with the pack, but let's be honest, it's a stuff pack. The fact that they added gameplay at all to a stuff pack is always surprising to me. I think it is a very well-rounded stuff pack as well, so I can highly recommend buying it. I think for Paranormal, I would definitely say the same. It is a very, very well-made stuff pack. The gameplay in it is amazing. The items in it are amazing. The cast in it is amazing. There's literally nothing not to like about the stuff pack. It isn't bugged. It was like a very well-working, well-rounded stuff pack. I can highly recommend buying it, especially again, if you're into occults. Then getting like vampires and paranormal would be a great and fantastic combination, especially if you're looking to bundle up. Like if you still have space for bundles because you don't own all of the packs yet, this is a great combination to bundle up to get like paranormal, vampires, and then maybe another expansion pack that you would like. It is a really great combo. They go together very nicely as well, so I can only highly recommend it. City Living, I'm gonna put a need it for one simple reason. It has apartments, and I love playing in apartments. I really wish that the apartments would be a little bit smaller because some of them are gigantic and basically just townhouses but then flat, like one floor. But I really enjoy living in the city with my Sims. I think it adds a lot of gameplay. It adds a new world that is amazing. It adds apartments, like I said. The build buy items are really nice. So altogether, it's just a really cool pack that I think adds something to your whole game. Like, it is relevant for every single save file and every storyline that you can actually live in an apartment. So that's why I'm gonna put it at needed, because it adds something across all of your saves. The same goes for pets for me. Just the idea of being able to have a dog or a cat on its own already, it's relevant for all of your saves. I have 2 cats myself, so I needed cats in my game as well, of course. And the world that comes with it, Brindleton Bay, is honestly one of my favorite worlds to play in. I think it is a very pretty looking world that has a lot of diversity in the lots. I like the stories that come with it. I like the gameplay. It adds another interactive career. So if you're looking for something similar like Get to Work, but you just want to buy 1 pack, Cats and Dogs actually adds an interactive career as well. You can run a vet clinic. So I highly recommend it. I think it's really cute, and I definitely would not go without it. Same goes for seasons. I really like to have seasons in my game. I think it adds an amazing amount of gameplay, again, across all of your saves, not just the seasons, but the holidays and the weather changes, and like your Sims having different interactions with all of those weather changes. Just having the build buy items from this pack alone would be worth buying it, because this pack adds so many great build buy items and cast. That goes for Cats and Dogs as well, by the way. Just fantastic. I love it. Definitely, I recommend Seasons as my first pack to everyone who has The Sims and wants to buy a pack. Seasons would be my #1 pick for always. So I'm just gonna move it all the way up there. I think if you have the base game, this should be your first buy after. Then we have Get Famous, and I think I'm gonna put it in... I'm doubting between Like It and Meh, but I think I'm gonna put it in Meh, because I see that Get to Work is here, and I don't enjoy it as much as Cottage Living, Snowy Escape, and Get to Work, because I don't really care for getting famous. It's fun to do from time to time, but I feel like if your sim is famous, it's just really annoying. You can't go anywhere with people just like Sims just coming up to you and getting awkward, and it's really hard to date someone, and I don't know, I don't really care for it. And the world that came with it, Del Sol Valley, is also not one of my favorite worlds to build or to play in. I think it's a pretty world, but they could have definitely done things better. So I wouldn't say that this is one pack that I would recommend immediately. Eventually, it is fun to add to your game. If you've been playing The Sims for like 4 or 5 years and you want something new, then this is a good pack to get. Don't get it as your first one or your second one, or like all the way down the line. Buy it later. I think Island Living is gonna go in Like It, simply because I really like to have a beach world. I don't often live there, but I vacation there. I vacation in Solani a lot. I build a lot of holiday homes there, and I think it's great also for your Sims to just go to the beach for a day. I think the world is beautifully made. I think the gameplay is a little bit repetitive if you do it multiple times. However, I do really like that the gameplay interacts with the world. So if you're doing the career that comes with the pack, the world around you will change. And I do really like this concept. I think they could have done more with it, but at the same time, it is really nice. It also adds a part-time job for your teens. So I do find myself using this pack quite often, but it's definitely not a need it. University, I find a difficult one, because when I bought it, I was sure it would become a need it. I was 100% sure I would not be able to play without University anymore. It turns out it's more like it, because the gameplay gets really repetitive. And also, it is so interactive that you can't really continue to play with your other household members. If you have a sim in uni, that's it. That's the sim you're playing with. That's the sim you're focusing on. I do really love the world. I love the lore in the world and the gameplay in the world, and like the rivaling universities. I think it's a very well-made pack that, for me at least, wasn't too buggy. I know other people have definitely experienced bugs with this pack. Luckily, I haven't too many. The build buy items are great. The cast items for this pack is, I think, one of the first packs that got me really into CAS. I love them. I highly recommend buying the pack just for that reason, but it's definitely not a needed pack. You can go without. It would be nice like to buy a year into The Sims. And I'm quickly just gonna grab High School Living, because or High School Years. I keep messing up the names of the packs. I think the same goes for that pack. I thought it would become a need it when I got it. The build buy items in the pack are exquisite. The CAS items, amazing. I love them. Again, the gameplay is kind of intense. It's nice that you can actually let your sim go to school without you joining, so that you can continue to play with your other sims, but it is kind of invasive in your game. And if you do it too many times, it becomes kind of repetitive. And I have to say, for me, it is a little bugged still. I have not been able to attend prom yet, because my game keeps bugging out and I don't get asked. Or if I ask someone, I don't actually go to the event. So it is like both of them. I think they are nice together, and I definitely have a lot of hours of gameplay with them. For the build buy items alone, I'm very glad I have them, but definitely not my first buys. Eco Lifestyle, similar story. I love the gameplay in that one. I think it's an amazing world. I love, again, the same as with Sulani, that if you do the gameplay, the world around you changes. I really like the replayability of this pack. Like, you can do so many different things in different neighborhoods, but it's not a needed because it's very limited to that world, like the world interacting with what you're doing. So I feel like in all of your other worlds, it feels kind of like a waste to, that's kind of a funny choice of words, but it feels like a waste to work on recycling. It doesn't feel as interactive or needed. And the neighborhood action plans, they don't really work that well in other worlds. So a lot of the gameplay that comes with the pack is limited to that world, and therefore I would say it's a like it. I do really love this pack. I love the build buy items that came with it. And this pack comes with more apartments, actually small apartments. So if you enjoy playing in apartments in city living and you want to add more to your game, this is the pack that you should get. Then we have the wedding stories, and as you might notice, I'm consciously skipping the kits because I'm gonna do them last because I kind of want to go over them a little bit faster because they're so limited. But my wedding stories, I'm gonna put in meh. My expectations for this pack were like through the roof. I love the idea, I love the trailer. I was so obsessed with the idea of having extensive weddings in The Sims, but it was so buggy when it came out. I love the world. I love to build there. I have yet to do a full wedding. I'm actually gonna do a full wedding in the next episode of the Pack Legacy Challenge. I'm not sure if when you're seeing this video, that is already out yet or not, but I'm actually gonna do a full-blown wedding. I've never really done one because it was so buggy. So yeah, that pack like overpromised, I think, and therefore it's a meh. If they didn't make such high expectations, I think I would have just liked it as it was because the build items are beautiful, the world is beautiful. I like that we have another beach world. So yeah, for sure, I would recommend it, but don't buy it as your first pack, like by far. And then Werewolves is gonna go all the way up and like it. Just like Vampires, I think they did great with the pack. If you're into occults, this is definitely a must-have. There's a lot of lore in the world. I feel like you can play with this pack multiple times. You can join like both sides of the town. You can cure yourself with being a werewolf. Like there's so many cool things that you can do. It allows a lot of storytelling. The build buy items in this pack are amazing. The cast items are amazing. It's just altogether really great, and it will integrate very well with any other story that you're telling as well. So if you might want to like spice your game up with a little bit of occult, this is actually a really good pack to do that. So I can highly recommend it if you're into occults. That would also make like a great bundle with Paranormal, for instance. Then we have the free holiday things, which is just gonna go to Needed because it's free, so just go get it for yourself. It's Christmas after all. And then we're actually at the kits. And there, as you can see, are quite a lot of kits. I didn't realize it was that many, but I'm just gonna go over them quite quickly. The Carnaval streetwear was a nice addition to the game, but they could have done more with it. Honestly, I felt the pack was a little bit limited considering how big Carnaval is. There is like so much content and ideas and stories and culture to go off, and I don't think they used it to its full potential. It is a nice addition to the game because it does add a little bit of the culture, and I think that's very important. I think they should have done more with it, and that's just why I'm putting it at meh. I'm also not really a big fan of CAS. Like, I'm a builder, like I mentioned earlier, so CAS for me will always end up lower on the list than build items. Bust the Dust Kit, with like pain in my heart, I'm gonna put it, I hate it. It is so bugged. When your floor is clean, there are sparkles that give me a terrible migraine. This pack is absolute shit. I had such high expectations for it because I love chores in The Sims. I don't know why. I like it when my game is realistic. It's never really worked for me. I hate the amount of time that it takes to vacuum. Like, I know that vacuuming takes time, and in my real life it also takes time, but in The Sims it just takes a hideous amount of time. It's unreasonable. It's bugged. It doesn't work. I find myself disabling the pack and not playing with it at all. So don't waste your money on it. The Country Kitchen Kit, I'm gonna put at like it because it's a really cute kit. I love the items that come with it. However, if you buy Cottage Living, do not buy this kit as well. You do not need it. The kitchens are so similar, and I felt kind of ripped off because I bought the Country Kitchen Kit and then Cottage Living. And I was like, I now own two kitchens that are so similar, and the clutter is a little bit different. But honestly, if you're getting Cottage Living, do not get this kit. You can get it in a couple of years when you want something fresh, but this is not the time to get it if you're getting Cottage Living. It's just not worth it. Then the Throwback Fit Kit, I'm gonna put it at like it simply because I'm a sucker for 80s. Like, I love anything 80s styled, 90s styled. I'm here for it. The sneakers from that pack I use every single time. I love them. I think they're really cute. If you're not really into CAS or you don't really care about your Sims looking cute when they're working out, don't buy it. It's not worth it. But I like the kit. The Courtyard Oasis Kit, I'm gonna put in like it as well, simply because it's a style we don't have anywhere else in The Sims. However, that is kind of also why it makes it a difficult pack, because we don't have the style anywhere else. So if you're building with this pack, you're so limited to just that pack. You can't do anything else with it because nothing matches. It's a very nice kit for builders. Like, if you want to drag yourself out of your comfort zone, if you want to build in the style that this, like in this architectural style, it's a good pack. Don't, like, get it. I've thoroughly enjoyed building with it, and I do enjoy myself getting out there from time to time building with it again. They could have, like, they should have added more, or they should have made it that it worked a little bit better with the rest of the game, because right now it's just, in a sense, you're very limited to this kit when you're playing with it. The Industrial Loft Kit, I'm gonna place at like it. I want to place it at meh because I feel like I'm putting so much at like it, but I think that's just because I quite like a lot of the packs, because as a builder, a lot of them are very well stocked. Like, a lot of them come with good items as a builder. I do know that it's definitely a style that you have to enjoy building in. If you're not really into more modern builds, don't get it. It's not worth it. The items are super industrial. I like to use them in restaurants and stuff as well. So like the combination of this and Dine Out, even though I currently hate Dine Out, it's like they go together very nicely and I enjoy that. The Fashion Street Kit is meh. And not because it's actually bad, but just because I don't really care for it. Again, not really of a CAS player, so maybe if you're really into CAS, you would like this one way more than I do. Please let me know in the comments if that is actually the case, if you do like this one more, but I don't think I like it that much. Incheon's Arrival though, all the way gonna go up to need it. I think that if you want to get a CAS kit, this is the best one to get. The items are beautiful. They are very versatile. They add a style to the game that is like way more modern and nowadays, so definitely need it. I love it. Same for the Blooming Rooms kit. Even though I had higher hopes for the Blooming Rooms kit, I find myself using a couple of the plants in this pack every single time, and I'm a plant mom. My whole branding is surrounding plants, so it is not weird that I will love the plant pack a lot. But I have to give the disclaimer, this is a needed for me. I don't think it's a needed for all of you, but I like it so much. Then we have the modern menswear. I'm gonna put it at meh. I really like the idea of them adding more clothes to the game just for masculine framed Sims, but I think the items that they added are a little bit out there. They worked with an actual designer on that. And the reason I was a little bit disappointed is because masculine framed Sims already have like that many items compared to the female framed Sims. I think it is a little bit unfair that the items that they get are actually really out there and fashionable. We still don't have enough good basics for male Sims. So yeah, that's why I don't like it that much. I'm gonna put the Decor to the Max kit in meh, simply because that's just not my style. I think it is fantastic as a builder to have more items at your disposal because it really challenges you to get out of your comfort zone, but that just drags me too far out of my comfort zone. I don't like it when everything has a different color and there's 36 patterns in one room. I do know that some of my builder friends actually love the pack because they really enjoy building like in that extra style. If that's your thing, get this kit because it's very well made. The items are beautiful. It's just really not for me. The Little Campers kit is gonna go in like it because I think it is adorable and really cute. It even comes with gameplay, like a little bit, not much, but it comes with a little bit of gameplay, where your kids can watch a movie outside in the backyard. I think it's adorable. You can go without for sure. But again, I love family gameplay, so this is right up my alley, and I think the items in the pack are really cute. Then we have the Moonlight Chic, and I'm just gonna place it at like it simply because the items in it are nice. I wouldn't miss them if I didn't have them, but they're not bad enough to go into meh. It's not like I don't like the items. I think they're very well made. I think they're beautiful items of clothing. So if you're looking to add more clothes to your game because you're a really heavy CAS player, that's definitely a good one to get. The First Fits kit is kind of the same story. I like the items, but I think they could have been added to another pack. They could have been added to, I don't know, maybe Parenthood or Kids Stuff or something. I just feel like they're just taking your money at this point where they're adding things that should have been in other packs, but on its own, the items are well made. I use them. I think there are some really cute items in the pack, so if you're looking for more CAS items, this is definitely a good pack for you. Then we have the Desert Luxe kit, and I was gonna put it at I'm gonna put it at needed. Simply for the curtains in this pack, I'm gonna put it at needed. The curtains that come with this pack are absolutely stunning. The rest of the items that come with this pack are absolutely stunning. I actually got it for free because if you owned the base game before the base game became free, you could get this pack for free. That might actually be one of the reasons why I like it so much. But honestly, it's just a fantastic pack. It's very, very, very well made. I really like the items. The style is very versatile, so you can use it for a lot of different types of houses that you're building. And I just think it's really nice. But again, I'm a builder, so of course, naturally, I will like a building kit. Same goes for the clutter one. I don't think I realized how much I needed all of that clutter items. Like, my Sims all of a sudden own 25 pairs of glasses, simply because it looks cute on every side table and bed table and kitchen counter and everywhere. But I love the pack a lot. It is great for decoration. I think if you were going to get a kit, like, get that one first. The everyday clutter kit is definitely your first buy. And then the Incheon's arrival for the cast. Like, those would be my top recommendations for kits. I think those are my favorite. I really, really like them. And then last but not least, we have the Pastel Pop kit, and I'm gonna put it at like it. I think since it has a little bit more patterns and a little bit more colors, it is a little less versatile. So I wouldn't use it in every single one of my builds. I do really love it though. I really like the items. I really like the style. I'm obsessed with the salt lamp. Okay, just for that reason, I'm gonna have to move it to needed. I just realized now. I said this during my stream the other day. Just for the salt lamp, I would pay $5 because well, you can see it here. I have a salt lamp. I love it. And I love to have one in The Sims as well because I think it looks hella cozy, and I would just pay $5 for that. It was also made in collaboration with Plumbella, who is an amazing simmer, who you should definitely check out if you have never heard of her, which is basically impossible because she is amazing and fantastic. But only for that reason already, I would highly, highly recommend getting that kit. And I think just the most recent 2 kits I've been really enjoying, and I hope that they do more of those things because I feel like that's the right alley to go down for the kits. I think that covers it for my tier list for the Sims 4 packs. I hope this was useful. If you do have any questions left, or you would still want more recommendations on whether you should buy this or this pack, feel free to drop into the comments. I would gladly help you. Also, feel free to jump into my Twitch streams. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so that we can just chat about it, because I always love to chat with people about the game and about the packs that they enjoy and for what reason, because it actually has made me change my mind about some packs at certain times. So feel free to drop by there as well. If this video was helpful to you in any way, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up because it really helps the video get to more people. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, I do a lot of fun videos like gameplay, CC recommendations, mod reviews, etc. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if that's something you're interested in. And with all of that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic new year, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye everyone!